All right, hey dude, hey, and welcome back to Jessie with Health and Hobbies. We are now diving into my movement experiment. So if you are seeing this, I want to go over how to build a fitness routine for yourself. Whether you have done it in the past, you need to switch up, you've never done it before. What I usually recommend when I've worked with people in the past, when I've written my own workout programs, when I've written workout programs for other people, and how I'm approaching things differently now. So if you are new to the channel, welcome, super happy to have you. If you've come back, you know that we just went through my food experiment journal, which I have a playlist. Food experiment, yes. I have a playlist on my channel if you want to see all of that. But we are moving on to movement. And the biggest reason, so I wrote this like 8 years ago. And when I was doing more coaching, online coaching, in-person group coaching, fitness, all that stuff, I changed it to movement because I had a bad relationship with food, and then I had a bad relationship with the gym too, and needing to work out, improve myself, and burn all the calories, and how would you say it? Make up for the mistakes that I did. And I think of one thing specific when I was in college and taking full classes. Was involved in the school, had a part-time job, was working out all the time, and I was drained after like a 16-hour workday, and I had a chicken nugget and I had a chicken strip from work and felt like an absolute garbage monster, and ended up going to the gym for an hour after I had already done at least 2 hours at the gym to make up for that mistake. So we're not doing that anymore at all. So if that's something that you want to get past, or you have done in your past as well, and you're trying to work through it, like that's what we're doing here. We're being super chill. We are having the snacks. You're propped up on a jar of jelly beans right now. We're finding balance and enjoying life while making the changes. So movement is changed because I used to only see the gym as it had to have the best lighting, best equipment, the correct outfit. Like if my bra was wrong, which it still is a thing, but like if my bra was off, I had the worst workout ever. I have to go home and change. I would do that and come back. Or if I wasn't feeling on top of my game or had like the best workout ever, it was a complete waste of time, or I needed to keep going until I had it. So we're doing movement because it doesn't have to just be in the gym, and it's a lot more fun when you have other options. So that's what we're doing here. I'm actually going to start this. If you watched my food experiment, I did daily check-ins. I'm not 100% on that if I'm going to do it again. Just because I honestly didn't do daily check-ins. And the food experiment is better for daily work. The movement experiment is more just keeping track of how you're feeling, and especially if you're trying new things. I'm gonna do it again in the summertime and like try a bunch of different exercises and workouts and stuff and classes for funsies, because I've done that in the past. But right now I just want to like find a new routine, because I like a different workout routine every like 4 to 6 weeks. I get bored of it. And so I've done CrossFit in the past, done bodybuilding workouts like my whole life, powerlifting, strongman, Ollie, group fitness classes, personal training. I've done it all. So we're going to do like a mix of everything. And here's how I approach it. So I have a long list. I don't know about you, but I have a long list of things that I want to do and be better at in the gym, physically, just in general. And you can't fit all of that into a week. So I always alternate between like, what is my goal right now? So I start with listing all the things that you want to work on, ideally. Like if you had your ideal workout schedule, like what kind of person, athlete, fitness level do you want to be or work on this time, or work on in general? Then you can have all of that and always come back for it. So once you have that list, then it's like, okay, what do I want to focus on now? Maybe before you even ask that, like check in with what your current schedule is like. And yeah, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. No, they don't. No, they don't. Whether you have kids or not, whether you are in school or not, whether it's a part-time, full-time job, whatever you're personally going through, everybody's day is different, and it's absolute BS that we have the same hours in the day. We don't. So we are going to adjust that, throw that out, and be honest with yourself. So for example, I am a part-time baker at the time, as of right now. I'm working on gaining some Pinterest management clients so I can do some remote VA work basically. And then I've got my blog and YouTube that I'm documenting and wanting to monetize at some point. So I've got a few things going on and my schedule is whack because my shift starts at 3 a.m. and goes until at least 11, if not a little bit later, depending on how busy we are. And then I do that Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Tuesday and Friday, I have full days of client work, social media, blogging, vlogging, and content, reaching out to people, like a nice list of things, applying for jobs that I'm doing as well, and trying to stay active with that. But I'm trying to also stick with an early morning routine just so I can have that consistency. And that has been a struggle bus really bad. So I just went through a whole crisis before I recorded this as well. But you need to be honest with where your energy is at. And whenever I start a new job, I honestly don't work out for the first week or two because I'm kind of gauging how I'm feeling, what my new routine is going to be like, what ideal time I will be able to actually work out. Is it the morning? Is it the afternoon? Is it evening? I've always been a morning workout person. So like for me right now, I'm working on the afternoon after my shift, even on days that I'm not at my job. I'm doing the afternoon just to kind of try and keep that consistency. So that's been weird. And some days I am super exhausted because my hours can range from 8 to like 12 hours. And you don't know until it's past 8 hours. So I've had to be really flexible with how I'm approaching the gym, and it's been really, really good. It's been a few months of like trial and error with it, but I'm finally getting into a spot where it's starting to make sense, it's starting to work and things like that. So all of that to say, life will happen and it will change, and it's not always going to be ideal and perfect every time. So the more flexible you can get with that, the easier it's going to be when things change and you need to adjust to keep the things that you want to keep in your life, but it's going to need to look different because of that. So start with what kind of exercises or goals do you have right now? What is your schedule and energy level? And be honest with yourself. Don't beat yourself up because of it, but be honest with yourself. Like, what does that actually look like for you? And then we get to start writing it out. So for me, what my goal is, I got a boxing bag. It used to be my aunt's. She unfortunately passed away in November. Love and miss her. But I took her boxing bag because I used to teach a boxing, kickboxing, functional training class for a couple of years. And it was in the town where my mom and aunt actually were able to join, and I got to coach them, which was so fun. And I love those memories. But when I left, and then they left, and that gym actually ended up closing down, which is unfortunate as well because it was a great community. But they each got a boxing bag, and then I wrote them out like some combo options. And since she's passed, I have that now. And I really want to get back into it because it's a good form of cardio that I think I can get behind, because I've been trying to tell myself that I'm going to be a runner for years and have not done that yet. So we'll try that. That's for next time. We're starting out slow right now. But I really want to do that. And then we've got a pull-up bar in the garage as well. So I actually want to work on my pull-ups and core strength, just with like hanging leg raises, things like that. So I wanted to do that. But I also still have a gym membership, just a basic gym membership, but they have great equipment there. So I still want to use and utilize that because lifting weights is still like my love language and something I really enjoy. So I'm going to do that. But also, knowing myself and knowing how the weeks have been, there's at least one day for the last couple of months, I've written out a 5-day workout program. Very rarely have I been working out all 5 days because something happens, or I'm exhausted, or timing and schedule doesn't work out, something comes up, things like that. So this time I'm being proactive about it, which worked because I didn't go to the gym yesterday. And just setting myself up for 4 days a week. And then I have a wild card set for Friday, but I can switch it around wherever and either like do a gym workout, I can do an at-home workout, I can go for a bike ride, I can go for a long walk, I can try a class. It can just be like whatever, but it doesn't have to be a day, and I can just move it around at that point. So what I'm going to do is Monday and Wednesday, because those are work days, two of the 3 work days that I have. Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to do my boxing, pull-up, and core workout program. Tuesday and Thursday are going to be gym workouts, where it's a full lower body, full upper body. Lower body on Tuesday, upper body on Thursday, and I can just nitpick whatever exercises I want to do because there's so much fun equipment, and some days I really enjoy doing like certain things, and other days like I want to do something else, but it just allows me to have that freedom and flexibility to kind of pick what exercises I want to do, because I've been working out for 15 years. There's a bunch of things that I want to do, and I'm not just going to stick with one. And I know what I want to. And then Friday I can just do whatever. But I'm recording this on a Tuesday, and I already didn't go to the gym yesterday. So we're going to adjust some things based off of that. And that's going to be my workout program for the next month. And I'm excited about it. And it can just be that simple, honestly. If you need some ideas, I will say I did upload, if you go to my website, healthandhobbies.com, under my shop drop-down, under my shop tab, I do have a couple workout programs or like workout ideas. And these are things that I honestly go back to when I'm wanting something different, or I'm looking for something, anything at all. So I have like a gym workout program, and this was the one that I used when I was first getting back into weightlifting again after I had done CrossFit for a couple years. I've got my group and partner workout ideas, which is like almost all of the workouts that I did when I was teaching group fitness, like the different layouts and styles and ideas, and it goes from like body weights to dumbbells to like TRX bands, like a lot of different options. And then I got a CrossFit workout idea where it's like CrossFit based with the basically just like the equipment or the structure that CrossFit would be. So if you're struggling with ideas on what to do, definitely check them out. They're like $5. Because at one point I was told that I should charge thousands of dollars for my work. And then I got burnt out and questioned everything that I'm doing. So now I'm doing it all right here for under $10. Well, if you want this is like $15 on Amazon. And I can't, it's only that because that's what I made it when I first put it out there. And I don't know the login anymore to change it. That's something I'll do later, but it's whatever. So yeah. So long story short, that's what I'm planning on doing, and that's how I approach adjusting and rewriting a workout or writing a new workout program. It doesn't have to be anything complicated or crazy. I've done more specific things, and you can check out my shop for like the gym workouts. I had a little bit more structure when I was just getting back into it, of things like a little bit more simple, laid back, longer workouts, like more in-depth or more focused ones, and then branching off from there. But it can just be that simple, honestly. If you want to make it extra simple, sign up for a fitness class, like join a gym, whether it's CrossFit or a boot camp style, local one, boxing, kickboxing, whatever it is. Do what's going to work best for you. You can even do just like full body days where you go 3 times a week, like 2 to 3 times a week, and just do full body. Like I remember a guy that at one of the gyms that I trained at, he would just go through all the, it was a smaller gym, so there was not that many, there was not that much equipment and like weight stacks kind of stuff. And he would just go through all of that like twice. He would just do all of that and call it good. Like it doesn't have to be that complicated, especially if you're trying to get back into fitness or adjust or reset. Like it needs to be as simple as possible, because the more complicated you make it, the harder it's going to be. And it needs to be something that you're going to enjoy. So that's why you start with things that you want to do, what your current schedule and energy level is like. Write it all out, make it really simple, and then just stick with it. And I wrote this just to kind of reframe, because how I do it, maybe I'll pop in, I don't know, we'll see. It's so very basic. I did it in PowerPoint. I love this thing though, it's so good. But it looks at like the things that are going to be important in seeing results, and it's how much sleep you're getting, did you have time for like a morning routine? What did you do? What's your focus for like today's movement? And I'm saying movement rather than workout, because movement can be a lot broader. And movement, I feel like for me, encompasses my garage workout that I want to do, because old me, that was not in the gym. That was not like with specific equipment and like focused on building muscle, but it's still doing that. I had a bad mindset before, but it focuses more and makes it, you can just do a lot more with movement than I feel like you can with fitness. And maybe that's like my own mindset thing. But for anybody that's been hardcore in the gym and fallen into hustle and grind and bro style training, like you kind of need to have an adjustment for how you look and approach working out. So I do an overall movement, and then I do extra movement, because like walking counts. I was so bad that I felt I had to be extreme with everything. So when I got really sick and couldn't work out, I did a lot of walking, and it took a lot. Like it almost took a month for me to like be okay with just walking and that being fine, and not needing like anything more, that meaning anything about me. Is just walking is okay. So that's where like the extra movement comes in. Like it's the walk around the block that you're doing, or the walk at like during your break, or if your job is physically demanding, I would count that, and just so you can see how much movement you are doing throughout the day, or how little movement you're doing. Like if you got a desk job, I'm saying that for my boyfriend, like he has a walking pad, so if he doesn't feel like he's getting as much like movement or exercise that he wants, he can jump on the walking pad to like adjust things. Or that's what I do too. Like I try and adjust, like if I'm in downstairs, like in the kitchen doing some work, and then I'll go upstairs and stand and type and do some work and stuff like that. But I'm trying to like move. But then there's also days where I just want to be a couch potato. So it's just all general, and I'm saying too much anyways. But then it goes to like, what did you notice today? Like, how are you feeling? Was it a good workout? Were you more productive? Did you have enough energy? And were there any stressors or excuses today? Because the big thing is, the more you work out and the more consistently you do it, the better you feel. But then it's a double-edged sword, because if you don't work out for a while and then you feel awful, and then you have to try and like get back into working out, and then that also sucks. So be careful, because once you choose to be an active and healthy individual, you're gonna have to keep with it, otherwise your body's gonna hate you. But it is just good all around, and good for your mental, emotional, physical experience and existence to just be active. But being active, I've had phases too, where in the last 15 years of training, where I have been super committed, I've also had times where I've been through really difficult chapter changes in my life, and all I could afford was going for walks around town. And that's what I did. I'd go on like a mile or two or more, depending on how the day was. I would just walk, because I couldn't even get myself to run. Like, it's all relevant, and it's all for you. Like, all of this is for you. So when you're trying to build a fitness routine, keep it simple. Keep it simple. If you have more time or more focus or more goals to do more, then do more. Start with what I've done. Look online, like search on Pinterest for ideas, and like just get some ideas to start. But the more complicated you make it, the harder it's going to be. You just need to start somewhere, and then you can adjust from there. This isn't a forever thing. Like I said, I get tired of something after a month. after a month I'm bored of it and I need to do something else. It could be literally the same exercises or involve some of the same things, but the routine needs to look different. The schedule needs to look different. It needs to be new. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's good. It's good to have that, and I think that's why I enjoyed when I did CrossFit, because it was always changing. It was always something different. But just with life changes, needing to take a break from that. So that's where we're at, and that is the start of my personal movement experiment. Already started strong and didn't do any movement yesterday, but there's nothing wrong with that because it's all relevant. So that's what I got. I will be writing a blog on this because I'm getting better about my blogs. So feel free to check it out. I'm going to try and have a little bit more structured breakdown, but it's basically the same thing, just with a little bit more help and like links for things that I would recommend or suggest. So yeah, don't overcomplicate it. Write down what you would like to do, what your current like schedule and energy level is like, and then just write it out and do it. Check it out. Movement experiment just kind of helps you put in like 2 words and write it down how you're feeling about it. So if you're like, so for me, I could realize that over the next 30 days, like adding in boxing and kickboxing in the garage is perfect for me. Like that is the thing that I need to do. Or I can find out I absolutely hate it, and then we just have a boxing bag in the garage and it's fine. Or I find out that I want to do more at the gym, so I need to make sure that I adjust a couple of things or rearrange how my next workout routine goes. Like it all just helps you like realize what is and isn't working for you, what's beneficial, and helps you adjust from there. So that's where I'm at. I'm super excited to kind of see how this goes. Feel free to follow along and subscribe if you are interested in this or want to see more. Check out my blog as well, healthandhobbies.com. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye.